So welcome to the Virtual Cheese Awards 2024, where we celebrate the best of British cheese. I'm Vicky Rogerson, and I'm going to be the moderator for this session. I'd like to introduce our amazing judges, which are Nikki Philp from Harvey Brockless and Paul Heisman from Rowcliffe. Nikki, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Nikki. I'm the purchasing director at Harvey Brockless. Lucky to work with lots of amazing producers and tasting some fantastic cheese. I'm looking forward to tasting some more amazing cheese today.
Thank you. And Paul?
Hi, I'm Paul from Anthony Rowcliffe. I look after our supply base and purchasing and sourcing. It's a fantastic opportunity to spend a whole morning eating cheese again.
Great, thank you. So today we're going to be judging class F5, which is Ewes milk soft cheese. The judges will be scoring out of 10 on 4 key attributes. So that is appearance, aroma, texture, and flavour. And flavour is double weighted, so you get more points for flavour. The cheese with the winning number of points will go through to the category finals, and we'll also announce second and a third. So without any more time, let's go straight into cheese 1025.
Right in. Quite a bit of wrapping to take on. Well, you're obviously more organised than me and got them unwrapped.
No, I've still got them partially unwrapped, so yeah.
Yeah, this is actually a bit of a harder cheese, so
It is.
I suppose some soft cheese, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it looks
Quite
pretty
surprised,
nice.
actually.
Have you broken in yet?
Yeah, I mean,
Looks really nice.
quite pretty. So you got lovely grey and blue and almost sort of verging towards pinky moulds on the rind, which is really attractive, actually.
Mine's pretty just sort of the
Yeah.
blue and light mould covering. Looks really nice.
Yeah, nicely evenly coated all round.
A little bit open on texture, perhaps in places, but yours is. But I think that's the nature of the
Yeah,
cheese.
I think I've got a bit of a
So yeah, I
crack
think it looks really nice. I'd probably score it quite high.
Yeah.
Eight perhaps.
Yeah, 8 definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Aroma.
The aroma
You
on
can
there.
smell the cheese maturing rooms, can't you?
Yeah,
It's just light though, isn't it?
it is. It's not too heavy, and the paste itself is.
It smells quite sweet, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't smell sort of sheepy, does it? And fleecy. It smells really inviting. I think the aroma is really lovely on this. And a light, isn't it? Quite a lot going on.
Yeah, you're not getting those sort of lanolin notes and things, but it's yeah.
8 again?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and you know the rind just makes you reminisce about the cellars and ripening rooms.
Very much
Nice.
so.
Yeah.
Right, so texture.
Well, again,
Smooth cut.
It's definitely not a soft it's sheep's cheese.
Yeah, I know. It's interesting that it's in the class, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, so texture is more sort of semi-soft texture, really.
Yeah, it breaks down, doesn't it? It's quite a nice paste in your hand. So it's not much aroma coming off actually, is there? Once you break it down, it's more sort of coming off the outside. I think the texture looks quite nice. Let's taste it.
Yeah, it holds together. There's a bit more sweetness comes through as you warm it up, but it's not.
Texture is quite nice on the mouth.
Yeah,
quite nice paste. Quite nice mouthfeel. I think that's pretty nice texture actually.
Yeah,
it's really good. I'd be tempted to go. I think the texture is really nice on there, so I'd be tempted to go a bit higher.
8.
I think 8.5 perhaps.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah,
I think it's nice. Really nice balance. Flavour.
Got a bit of crack in this one, which is a bit of a shame. The flavour, once it warms up in your mouth, it sort of comes to life a bit, really.
It's quite
So-
light, isn't it?
Yeah, but I get sweetness from it. A little bit of acidity.
It's a nice, easy to eat cheese, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's interesting. It smells sweet, but it doesn't taste sweet at all, does it? It's almost slightly lemony, do you think, at the
Yeah.
end? It's quite citrusy.
yeah, I get a bit of sweetness, but as you say, there's more sort of, acidity, citrusy notes there. It's quite floral. I'm just going to try the rind just for.
Yeah, I have as well. It's a very nice, really nice cheese. It's light, isn't it? It's easy. You could eat. You could see yourself eating quite a bit of it. I think I'm carrying on eating it.
What's your
It's
score?
really light to eat,
Dangerous.
so. I'd score it quite high on flavour.
Me too. I'll probably go.
Yeah.
I'll probably go 9.
Yeah. I'm coming back to it, so let's
That's always a good
just something
sign,
to
isn't it?
sell
If you're
to
going
me,
back for more. Yeah, let's go 9.
Right.
Very nice piece of cheese.
It's very delicate, really nicely balanced.
Right, the next one is 1048.
Okay, so this looks like a camembert styled cheese by the looks of it.
Yeah, 1048, yeah. Yeah, some camembert style.
It's quite solid, isn't it?
It is. I've got
Hard.
I've got a few black mold spots on the base of mine. Yours is the same.
Oh yeah, I have too actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the
Yeah,
light, you can see them. I don't know if you can see
Yeah.
it.
yeah.
It looks a bit lifeless, doesn't it? Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't hide that. I mean, look, the black spots are gonna let it down. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll point them out if you can see on the screen. But here,
Yeah, it's the same on this one. I've got quite a.
it's got quite a nice
Got a dark one
coverage
on your head.
of white. I mean, I'd say, I don't know, 7 perhaps,
Yeah.
6 perhaps.
Well, I think
Lifeless,
6,
isn't it? If we compare it against other things.
Yeah, I would say a 6 really, because there's a lot of areas where
6, yeah.
on mine there's lots of areas where it's not coated evenly.
It's a bit of inconsistency.
Yeah,
So 6 for that
Yeah.
aroma. It doesn't smell of a whole lot, does it?
no,
It smells, there's a little back note of aroma, but nowhere near as strong as what we have smelled today along the way.
no.
A
Yeah,
bit,
there's a slight
Yeah.
smell of cellars a little bit. Yeah, not great.
it's not masses, is it? So let's open it up and see if it gets any better inside.
No.
Take a section out.
Yeah,
It's hard.
it's
It's
actually
pretty
interesting on
solid.
that because I've got. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna cut through mine. It'd be interesting because I've got on one side it's quite firm, on the other side it's quite
Yeah.
soft. So it'd be
Yeah, to be
interesting.
fair, I've got that, I
I'll
think,
cut
as
through.
well. That might be softer, that side. So it's very dense. You don't get any
Yeah,
more
so
smell
you can
really
see
off
that
the middle. Oh, wow.
No, so where it's thicker in this side, it's sort of
Do you get any more scent from the middle?
no, it smells exactly the same as it does before it was cut, really.
5?
Yeah, there's really nothing going on with the aroma at all, which is a shame.
Texture. Texture's heavy, it's solid.
It's a
You can
very,
feel that when you
very
cut
dense
through it.
cheese, isn't it?
Really dense.
Yes, so the milk time's
Oh,
going to
wow.
be differently
Yep.
comparing it
It's
to.
really dense. It's really heavy. I mean, we'll get onto flavour. I mean, at the same time, it actually does have quite a pleasant flavour. I would
Yeah.
give it that.
Salty again, very salty.
Yeah,
Actually.
really salty.
Yeah, it suddenly hits you, doesn't it?
Mm.
Try a bit from the other half just to see if it's.
Um,
but
I don't think the texture is meant to be like that, though. I'm sort of looking at it thinking,
Yeah,
this doesn't look like it's going to break down. It's not, it's broken down a bit, but it's not
Yeah.
going to turn into a runny camembert, is it? I think it's designed to be a dense.
yeah. And I think we have to keep in mind it is sheep and gonna
Yeah.
be made differently to a cow's camembert.
I think the texture's okay, but it's heavy. I think it's sort of 7. I think the texture's better than anything else we've had so far, isn't it?
I think the problem is there's inconsistency with the make. So the half I've got that's more right, the texture is actually beautiful.
I think I'm going to dive in and cut mine right across because I think I've got the same thing as you, one half looking better than the other. Yeah, I have actually when you look at it.
So that bit tastes.
That was it's quite inconsistent across the product. I wonder if this end is going to taste a little different to that end.
The flavour is better, but then you're just hit with so much salt.
Yeah, I think that's heavy on salt, isn't it?
It's super salty, which is a shame. That really
it overrides. It's the overriding flavour, isn't it?
It does. It
kind of loses that delicate sheep's milk kind of flavour.
So I think it just needs a bit, a bit more work playing around with the make, and I think it has, it has the beginnings of a, what could be a really good, interesting cheese, but
yeah, it needs a bit of work done on it.
And the salt just really spoils the flavour completely.
Yeah, so I think we'll go 7 on flavour.
Yeah, I think generous 7. Yeah.
Nice.
And the next cheese is 1120.
So another
Next, we've got
really
a
beautiful
pyramid. This looks really quite pretty. Quite inviting.
Yeah. Got a really interesting array of moulds on the outside. My one's a little bit wonky. It's dropped on one side.
A few little yellow spots appearing on mine. And some patches of bigger blue mould patches.
Yeah, same here. They just
underneath.
But I love that.
It does look really quite nice and quite inviting.
Yeah, I love this sort of lunar appearance to the texture.
Yeah.
And,
I think texture that looks quite appearance wise. I think it looks really quite nice.
Yeah, mine's a little bit on the wonk, but that's
I think we should mark down a little bit on the mould spots as we're being consistent. So perhaps I still think it's quite a nice cheese though. So I think probably 8.5, somewhere like that. Do you think, or?
Yeah. It's just the fact that this, I just say that the moulds sort of get clumped together, and it doesn't look quite so appealing when it does that. But in the areas where it's not, on the top here, you've got more sort of green mould.
Yeah,
that's much more inviting. But overall, I think the appearance is really good, really attractive.
Okay, so aroma.
Cut into it. Really get the aroma is from the mould, so there's not really.
Yeah, you're just getting the moulds that's coming off in the maturing room, really.
Yeah. But it's not unpleasant. They're quite as you go around the cheese and smell them, it's you get different.
We forget more when we open it up.
That's really nicely.
Oh, it smells really nice.
Yeah. As I was cutting it, it suddenly came to life a bit.
Yeah. The smell from the inside is really nice. It's almost like a slight sweetness to it again, isn't there?
Yeah.
I think that smells lovely.
Yeah. And there's some sort of
keen to try this. So aroma, do you want to go 8?
Yeah.
8.5 again?
Yeah.
Go 8.5.
Go
wild.
Yeah. Sort of cut thinner slice and
texture. The texture, I mean, it's looks beautiful. I mean, it's all broken down. You can see around the outside.
Really nice
Yeah, it's really
down
starting to move towards some real softness. It's a really nice texture, isn't it? Kind of
lovely.
Doesn't taste powdery. It's beautifully creamy. It's just the right balance, isn't it? Really, of some texture and the kind of breakdown.
It's got sort of a moussey texture to it. It's really.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely a.
That's really refreshing.
9.5.
Definitely.
Yeah. Lovely cheese.
It's so creamy.
It's not salty. It's well balanced. I mean, we're venturing into the flavour piece now. They all link together, don't they? That just such a nice piece of cheese. It's almost just quite delicate, isn't it? Quite a lot of really nice flavours. It's a dangerous piece of cheese. You could end up eating a lot of it.
That's not going to be good for my ex-doctor's report, that one. that was going good. It's amazing. I think it's the texture just melts in your mouth. It's just, this is one which is going more towards that sort of a potted cream type textures, but it's got that sort of openness, moussiness to it as well.
It's still light, isn't it? It's
really
just
light,
there's a really lovely edible cheese, and doesn't taste like massively ewy, does it?
No, it doesn't. And I think maybe some people might question whether it is actually sheep's milk cheese. Which,
you could question that, couldn't you? It doesn't actually really taste at all.
Yeah, but the flavour itself is actually beautiful. It's creamy, fresh.
What do you want to go?
Sweet.
Do you want to go the full way to 10 or 9.5?
Right there. I think 9.5, definitely.
9.5. Yeah. Lovely piece of cheese. Really nice.
Really impressed with that. That one's
that was definitely on the cheese board later.
Yeah, that's going in the going home with Paul box, that one.
Great, thank you. And the last cheese is 1195.
Yeah. So looks like it's going to be a firmer cheese again, Paul.
Yeah, it almost looks as if it's verging towards a feta style, but not quite so open and.
Yeah, it's kind of better, isn't it, by the looks of it? Yeah. Oh wow. Might slip out of my hands. Yeah, very much better. Looks nice.
Yeah, it's very golden in colour, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of quite the opposite to a feta, really, in that respect. But
yeah, I think it looks quite nice.
Yeah.
8.
Quite open. Yeah, I think it's quite open. It's
aroma. It's quite hard to handle. I'm gonna have to cut it.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna drop it if I continue that way. Texture, well, aroma.
Sort of
You're probably getting a bit more of the sheep from this, aren't you? A bit more of the ewe's milk. You can kind of smell it a little bit, can't you, in it? I don't think that's a bad thing. It's not. There's no off notes. I don't think anywhere through it, is there?
No, I think
it smells quite citrusy and a little bit of Ewes. I think quite nice. Quite nice texture. Quite nice aroma. Was there?
I get a bit of sort of bit of brine on the aroma as well, which is probably to be expected. That's
So aroma, what do you think? Sort of
8 for aroma.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with 8. Yeah.
Yeah, because you are getting some sheep notes coming through on it, which is good.
Going bold in for texture. Powdery, but that's to be expected with a feta style cheese, isn't it?
It is more dense than I was expecting it to be.
Yeah. You can definitely taste the ewe's milk in it, can't you?
100%. Yeah.
I do think, you can definitely taste it. It's definitely the stronger of all of what we've tasted. not in a bad way, I would say.
No,
But
this
it's
is
definitely distinctive, isn't it?
there's quite nice citrus notes coming through as well.
Getting a slight bit of yeastiness from it as well. But going back to texture, I think texture is pretty much like a feta would be, and it's quite always slightly buttery at the end, isn't it?
Yeah.
As well. So
Yeah, it's a
I
little bit
think
dense.
it's quite a nice piece of cheese. I think
you know, for something that starts off looking quite, you know, sort of mainstream block of cheese, it actually delivers quite a lot.
yeah, I mean, I think texture-wise, I think probably I think it's good sort of taste we tasted on the last one, but I'd say it's probably a 7.5 and 8, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But do you feel comfortable with, Paul?
I'm happy with an 8 on it actually, because
Yeah.
I think I was just because I was sort of comparing it to feta in my mind. I thought maybe it was going to be not quite so dense, but it's not dense in a negative way. It's just, you know, it's got a bite to it, but it does break down. You know, it breaks down into smaller pieces you'd expect from a feta style. So I think actually, as an overall package, it actually works very well.
I think the flavour is definitely sheep. You can definitely taste the Ewes milk in it,
I
can't
think
you? Which
it's the most sheepy one we've had, if you like.
yeah, absolutely. I think it's the first one that was clearly definitely Ewes milk.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I think
No, I
you
think
know,
it's a good
I
thing.
think some people might not like it,
Yeah.
but I think
It does
think
what it
it's
says on
quite
the tin.
nice.
Yeah.
I think it works quite well. I don't think this is over salty. Sometimes feta can be over salty.
Yeah.
I don't think this is. I think it's
good.
quite a nice balance.
Yeah. It's a really nice citrus notes coming through in the end as
Yeah.
well. A little bit of acidity. I think it's just a really nice balanced cheese, actually.
I think it's a very nice piece of cheese. I'd be quite happy to go with an 8 on that.
Yeah, 100%.
On flavour.
Yeah. Sort of cheese you'd be quite, you know, keen to start experimenting with in recipes and things. I think it's really interesting, actually. And I like the colour. I think, you know, it's you know, again, you expect them just to be always, you know, quite white, but it's got that, like I said, you know, they said butteriness to it. I think that adds another element of attractiveness.
Buttery and creaminess to it. Yeah, really nice piece of cheese.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, very good.
Great, thank you for that. So from those cheeses, the winning cheese was 1120 with a score of 40.75.
Yep.
And then the second one was the first one, 1025, which scored 38. And the third one was the last one you had, which is 1195, 36.
Really nice cheeses in the category.
I think it's really nice.
Yeah. Different cheeses, really nice cheeses.
Yeah, I think this one just needs a bit more care and attention and work really in the make, and I think they'll get it right, and I think it will be a really nice cheese. But I think it's just whoever's doing the salting needs to just reduce it a bit, really.
That's great. Good. Thank you for your comments and your time on that judging. It's really brilliant. I want to say a quick thank you to Butler's Farmhouse Cheeses for our aprons and for Peter's Yard for our crackers. And to let everyone know, to all the winners of the class judging for this session will go into the category final, which is going to be on Tuesday, 14th of May, which will be live online. And then all the winners of that will go into our live Supreme final the next day on the 15th of May. And there'll be lots of cheese chats and lots of commentary from Nigel Barden and lots of lovely guests. So thank you for your support for both Cheese Awards. Thanks, guys.